changes.
Typical mall traffic. Look at a Cheesecake Factory, one of our most popular, completely empty at dinner time. It's like 6 o'clock. It's almost 6 o'clock. Not a soul. This used to be a Brass Tap bar. Closed, shut down. And that used to be a Japanese steakhouse, hibachi. It's closed. I don't even know what this is. Some kind of pop-up picnic area. No restaurant there anymore. All right, here we go in Charlotte Russe, of course, going out of business. Everything must go. Everything. Charlotte Russe, plus sizes online only. That's a problem, right? So they're starting with 30% off of everything. They'll of course increase this as it goes, but you can get a good idea of what stuff costs. So here's like a standard kind of top dressy thing, $29.99, so 30% off, you're gonna get $9. You'll be paying $21 for this even after the discount. You can see trying to sell this sort of stuff for $30 in this store is just not going to cut it, I don't think. $30, $30, $32 for that one, $33 for that one. Regular tops at $24, right? 23, so I mean you're getting 30% off, so you get like $7 off of these, so you'd be paying 16, 17 for that kind of stuff. So unfortunately I can't film inside of the store too much. One, they yelled at me, and two, the music in there is going to get trademarked immediately. You can't have music in the back of your YouTube videos unless you have permission, otherwise YouTube will either boot your video or copyright strike you. It's bad. Anyhow, walking through there, it looks like most of their clothes are between $20 and $30, so before the markdown, they, you know, it's kind of expensive for that. People go online, they shop in Posh, they do that sort of stuff, and they're saving money, getting what they really want. They could shop from the comfort of their own home, get it in 2 to 3 days. Plus, people just aren't at the malls. I mean, the reason that these stores are, you know, going down the tubes is because the rent here is expensive, the traffic is not great. There's so many options in this store, or in this mall. There's, you know, Hollister, American Eagle, Abercrombie, Aeropostale, Forever 21, Buckle, Adidas, PacSun. There's so many different options than Charlotte Russe. Just their market didn't work. Then they don't have plus size, which you have to go online to get. So of course the store's wasting money on that, because you could sell plus size online. You don't need a store with rent, right? So all these factors are causing things like Charlotte Russe to go down the tubes, and that's why they're not doing good. So I want to take you over to the computer. I want to show you the story, and I'm going to get here out of this mall and get home to do that for you. So I was walking out of the mall, and of course I have to pass Pink and Victoria's Secret, which we just talked about in the last video, struggling. Now there's another video I want to make about this, but I need to get a female to go in here to film, because I can't film this. But I was just looking at the size. All bras, buy 2, get 1 free. And over at Pink, they had the sports bras 2 for $30. So you can tell some of the targeting, it's all young girls, it's all younger, you know, tweens to 13 to 18. Now, I can't go in and film on my own. I'm not going to, it's a little weird. I will get Kate and I will go in there and film the second part of that story, which is about Target opening a lingerie line for girls coming up right now. Actually, it's already started. So we'll get the rest of that video from Target, and once I have Kate here to film with me at Victoria's Secret. All right, so we're jumped over to my computer, and of course on the Charlotte Russe website, there it is. Our online store has closed, going out of business. Sale starts March 7th, which is today. All stores, all sales, final. And so that is it, the end of an era. Turns out Charlotte Russe started way back in 1975, 1976, which is crazy. I had no idea they'd been around quite that long, the era of bell bottoms and the hippie time. So that puts them in business, what, 24, 34, 40 some odd years, 42, 43 years. That is pretty crazy. So let's jump over to the story. This one is just one I pulled off CNN. I don't have any particular affiliation with any news stories or what sites they come off of, just whatever one seems to be the best coverage of it. This one by Chris Isidore of CNN Business, which was updated almost noontime Eastern today. New York. Charlotte Russe will close all of its stores over the next 2 months. The women's clothing company joins a growing group of retailers that could not survive bankruptcy. A month ago, they announced plans, of course, to close 94 of the stores. I mentioned it in a video, and now it's all 512 stores. The hopes fell apart this week to save the company when liquidator SB360 Capital Partners won the auction in bankruptcy to buy Charlotte Russe's $160 million worth of inventory and assets. The plan to shut down was approved Wednesday by a bankruptcy court in Delaware. They're going to accept gift cards through March 21st and will close all of the stores by the end of April. They had 8,700 employees, all but 1,400 of whom were part-time workers. So that's your mall workers, your clothing girls, all that sort of things. Stores in every state except Alaska. It also owned 10 children's clothing stores under the Peak brand, which it bought in 2016. What's funny, the bankruptcy court approved a total of $559,000 in bonuses for key company executives to keep them in place during the shutdown process. Isn't that funny? The executives that caused or had a part in the company going bankrupt still get paid and a bonus. Imagine that. Most of the company's employees won't be as fortunate because severance payments are rarely paid in U.S. bankruptcy cases. Exactly. Everyone else loses. The executives make out like bandits. They started in San Diego in 1975 and was acquired in 2009 by private equity firm Advent International for $380 million. The company is one of a long line of brick and mortar retailers that have struggled and died after being acquired by private equity firms. That's because they burdened them with a ton of debt. The deal left it with $175 million of that debt that was due in 2014, and the loan principal grew by $80 million, which would have put it at $255 million in the subsequent years. Company planned to have an initial public offering, an IPO, that year to pay off much of that loan, but a downturn in sales postponed the IPO plan indefinitely. Retailers do try to file bankruptcy, guys, to stay in business, but usually it doesn't work very well. Of course, same thing with Toys R Us, Gymboree going out of business, and most recently, Payless. So there it is, Charlotte Russe, the next one to bite the dust. And following up on that about Victoria's Secret story and Family Dollar and some of the other companies, I'll have some more videos about those coming out in the next week or two as I get time to go over to them and take a look through their stores and see what went wrong. I want to leave you guys with the question: if all of these mall brands, first it was Payless, now Charlotte Russe, of course, we lost Gymboree recently and Crazy Eights. It looks like a few other stores are doing really bad. Victoria's Secret is struggling, although they're in a much better position. Forever 21 has been doing bad. Charming Charlie has recently filed bankruptcy previously. Tons and tons of mall brands because no one goes to the mall and shops like that anymore. It's eBay, it's Amazon, it's Poshmark, it's Etsy, it's all these online stores, it's Third Love, it's Three Wishes, it's whatever other store we can think of that people are going online to their website or their app to shop in. If all these stores continue to fail and go out of business, do we eventually think that enough stores that hold up the malls, including those big stores, those big anchor stores like Macy's or JCPenney's or Sears, because we're going to lose one or two of those in the next couple of years, do we think that the malls are going to collapse? Are you going to see a bunch of malls, and I don't mean a couple, I mean 10, 20, 30, 50 malls, 100 malls across the country start closing up shop because they don't have enough tenants to pay the rent to make it reasonable to keep the mall open? Is that what's going to happen? I'm curious to hear your answer. Please leave it down in the comment section below so I can respond to it. I want to know what you guys think about all these stores. Did you shop at Charlotte Russe? Do you care? Do you not care? Why do you think they failed? Everything you think, please don't be shy. Use the comment sections. I really appreciate hearing your opinions. And I'm going to go through and answer tons and tons of comments tonight after the live show. Speaking of, don't forget to come back at 9 p.m. Eastern and join us for the live show on youtube.com/RockstarFlipper. I will see you guys then. Have a wonderful night.